Welcome everyone. Today we're going to look at how to create this amazing Advent calendar from Dreaming Tree. So I'm on the Dreaming Tree site and I will actually put a link in the description to how to get to the site. And I'm on the Advent calendar. To find the Advent calendar, if you don't follow the link, you just put it in the search bar and put in Advent calendar or find it. Now, Dreaming Tree have amazing projects to do. This one is quite big and it's not for the faint-hearted. It's absolutely gorgeous. So the good thing about Dreaming Tree files is that they have some really good tutorials. So there's actually 3 buildings in this Advent calendar, and they have tutorials to create each one. So this one's the Timeless Treat Assembly, the Gift Emporium Building Assembly, and the Couture Corner Building Assembly. And then the summary video. They also have a big supply list. So they've got sizes and that there, but the supply list too. So it's got quite a large supply list, so make sure you check that out as well. What they do not have, they have amazing assembly videos. What they do not have is how to manage these files in Canvas Workspace. So that is what I'm going to share with you today, is how to manage these files to get them to the stage where you're ready to watch the Dreaming Tree assembly videos and create your amazing project. Okay, so to get this design, you add it to your cart, obviously, and you work through, and when you get in your cart, it will look like this, with the option to download after you've paid for it, and you just click download. And it will download, if you're on a PC, it will download to your download folder, which I will just get up. Just pause the video for a second. So once you're in your Explorer, you will find your downloads folder, and this is what it will look like. Main Street Advent Calendar SVG Bundle. So if you click on that, you can either place it in a folder. I often put mine into a folder and then extract them there, but we'll just do it in the download section for this video. So click on that and you will see up in this corner here, extract all. So we will click on that. It will ask you where you would like to place them. So I've still got it in the download folder, and that's fine, but you can go and browse, use the browse button and work out where you want it. You also have this option of show extracted when completed, and we're going to tick that today and hit extract. And it's quick. I'll just move this into view a little bit more. And there's the folder. You can see this one is not zipped and the other one is zipped. You can see the two side by side. So the difference is there's a little zipper when it's zipped and none when it's not. And you should see, if you have a different view on, your view might look more like that. And you'll see compressed zipped folder on the right in type. So when you open this up, it's got broken down too. So it's actually got your shopping list here as well. So it's got a master supply list and it's got a picture, and then here are your 3 buildings. So we'll just start with this one here. I'm pretty sure this is the smallest one of the 3. And so it's got the menu there for it as well. And so it's got SVG and SVG all-in-one. Now the all-in-one, you've got the ScanNCut, and then you have got dashed score lines or solid score lines for all-in-one. So you could use this, and in fact I will just pause this again and I'll bring this up in Canvas Workspace so you can see what it looks like. So we're in Canvas Workspace. This is the downloaded version. It will work in either version. And you can either import the files going File, Import to your computer, or using this SVG icon here. And that is also, you'll see when it pops out, Import from your computer. So we'll do that, and we will scroll down to find our Downloads folder, and there it is. And you'll see Main Street Advent Calendar. We'll go again, go back to the Couture Corner building, and we'll have a look at this all-in-one section first. This is probably not the one I would choose to do if you are fairly new with your ScanNCut. We'll bring it in, and we will bring the dashed score lines in, and I'll just make this a little bigger so you can see the score lines are there, but what you can't see is one big, it just looks like a big orange file. A big orange file. If you look over here in the Layers panel, you will see it is huge. It's not exactly what you can see on screen at all, which is why I've created this video, because I had some people in the group that were struggling a little with this, and so I thought I'll make a video just to help them out a little bit. So you'll find that clicking on this shape here, that in the Layers panel doesn't look like very much at all. It is a part of the score lines, and this is cardstock. So it kind of just very hard to work out. You can use your eye, the hide toggle visibility eye, and hide the various bits and work with one. So you could go down and do that. You'll see pieces are unhiding all over the place, or sorry, they're hiding all over the place. But it's a little painstaking. Get rid of the orange. You can see some of the other pieces starting to appear. So if you are new and you're not used to working with lots of layers, this is an extraordinary amount of layers. I'm just slowly still hiding them. This is not the file to choose. So I'm showing that's what it's going to look like. But we will just go File and New and get rid of that for a minute. We don't want to save it. And we'll have a look at the other file. So we'll just go back up. And this one here, this one looks harder in this view. However, when you bring it in, it is a much easier way to go if you are fairly new. So you can see the elements are called various names. And we'll just bring this one in. And you can see that that is much easier for most people to manage. So you could set this up on your mat and go File and Export or Transfer. Now, if you need to take it over via USB, you would export at the top and save it to USB on your computer, or you would just transfer file via FCM and the internet, and you'll get a successful message any second and ready to cut. So as you can see, this is a much easier option. Now, what I will suggest is, I'll just click on this one. It's coming in as one, but there's some parts here. I'll just move them. Sorry, I'll just move that part there. No, it's gonna move without that. But what I don't know if you can see that. Let me just zoom in. You can see these are the dashed lines. So it keeps, this one's the one it's selecting. As I move it, it's moving away from its dashed line. So if you get this to your machine, your cutting machine, and move it for some reason to line it up better on your materials, on your cardstock, this will be out of alignment. Just reverse all of it there, and let's bring it back on screen and make it a little bit smaller so I can see it all. The easy way to solve this is basically just to select. You can hold your control key down and hold the 2, so I've got both of these selected, or you can create a magic box around all the pieces, and you can either group it down the bottom here on the right, or go into layers and group, or you can use your shortcut key and go Control G, and it's grouped as well. Control G, and there it's grouped. Now we had a name for this one, so you could actually give it the name. I think it was apricot jam or something. I can't remember what the name of this was, but whatever the name was, or a name that makes sense to you, you can give this group a name, and that will make it a lot easier. Just type it in. I think it was apricot jam, actually. I don't think I made that up. So you can do that. And then when you move this, remember how when I moved it before, it moved away, it'll move all together. So when you get to your machine, it's not such a big drama while you're in this view, but once you get to your machine, if you move that at all, these will separate without, you can group it on your machine as well, but it's a little bit, like I said, an easier step in Canvas Workspace than on your machine. But if you did forget, you can certainly do it on your machine and group it then. But that's my advice. And then I would send that one, and we'll just start new again. And I'm not going to save it. Just, you can save it. I'm not going to in this instance. And yeah, see, main 8 apricot jam. I told you I didn't make that up. Main 7 apricot jam. So you could use the main, name it exactly right, and you'll see there's these pieces. Same deal. Group. This one's easy if you've got it open. Group. Send it across. And you don't even really need to create a new. You could just hide it, but we'll just create a new one each time for the minute, so it's a bit clearer for you. And work your way through the list of components. Let's bring the swimming pool in. It's a tiny little one, so you might want to cut more than just the swimming pool. We will it's one shape, so we don't have to group it. We'll just put it down here for the minute, because the next piece I bring in will also land there. So we'll just go bring that piece in. These are all grouped again too. So we'll just just grab them if I can grab them. Here we go. Now I've got a video on cutting the various different colours all on one mat. If you want to watch that, don't forget to check that out if you need that information. You can see on the right I've actually got power tools installed, so I can see what that piece is going to look like, and see all that would actually fit on a mat if you had the right colourings and sizing of the colouring. And this one here is 2 shapes, so you can see this will be the fold or the cut lines, dash lines, and you can group that together. If you're not sure whether it's going to be a dashed, zoom right in, and you can see that that is a dashed line there. You can select it and go into there. It's saying dash pattern, it's a line. So I think you'll find that this part here is a line and this is dashed. And if you would like to, you could change that to score by changing it to draw. And that should draw that line for a score line. However, I think it'll do quite a good job with dashed. So I'll just undo that. Bring it back to a cut line. And I'll just zoom out for a moment. Now, as these pieces are cut, I would recommend cutting just one house at a time. Cut that up and cut all the pieces out and place the small pieces. As you can see, there are lots of little small pieces. Place them in a bag or something. Let's go back to the select tool. In a bag or something so they're all contained together. You can see this little one here is, I'll bring it to the front. Just move that to the top for a minute. You can see that's the dress for the little mannequin there. How cute is that? And that one will be for that mannequin. They are so cute, aren't they? Can you see? I'll just zoom right in so you can see what I'm looking at. How cute is that? And then this one's for that mannequin. Absolutely fun. What a fun project. All right, this is basically what I wanted to show you, was to do some simple tricks to make it easier to cut out. I'll put the links to the Dreaming Tree project and also to their videos on putting this together. They do a great job of demonstrating assembly. All right, I hope this has helped you out. Have a go at this Advent calendar. It is a fun project. I have a written blog post to go with this video. So if you've come via YouTube, please check out my website for some finished pictures and some ideas. So in some of the Advent windows, you can put little battery-operated tea light candles. Make sure they're battery-operated, obviously, just for that added pizzazz. It's such an awesome project. Okay. All right. Well, join me again next time for my next video, and I'll see you then. Bye.